Hello, guys. It's David from Trade Support Group. Welcome, and let's go ahead and jump right on in. We're taking a look at the dollar against the gold, or gold against the dollar. So, you guys are familiar with our fundamentals. We're on the brink of maybe an all-out war. As you know, over the weekend and last week, the President of the United States, Donald Trump, he decided to take it upon himself to bomb Iran and killed a very important Iranian official. Anyhow, the whole world is up in arms about it, of course, and it looks like, again, we may be on a full-scale breakout of war. So over the weekend and at the beginning of this week, of course, Iran retaliated, and they struck a lot of American strongholds in Iraq, destroying them. So, long story short, this does bad things for the dollar. And as you guys may know or may not know, there's an inverse relationship for gold and the dollar, meaning most of the time, nearly all the time. There are some rare occasions when this doesn't happen, but most of the time, when dollar goes up, gold goes down, or when the dollar is going down, such as times like now, and during war times and things like this, gold tends to go up. It's a safety blanket on the market. Okay, market's kind of haywire right now. A lot of investors will probably start going to gold. So, just so you guys can see what we're looking at here, you can see that this was on January the 3rd. Okay, weekend closed out. We were at 1550. You may have watched one of our videos before where we had a pretty accurate prediction of gold going to this 1550 mark, busted through a very strong resistance line. Now, as you can see, once the weekend concluded, Monday rolls around, we are up to 1560. From 1550 to 1560, a $10 jump. It's pretty significant. It was just an impact, and you can see it shot up. Impact from over the weekend news, 1587. Now, one thing I want to show you guys, and I've mentioned it a few times, is we have a strategy, not really a strategy, but a technique that we notice sometimes that takes place, and it's called covering the gap. And you can see that this opens with a gap here, okay? And you see that to begin with, it took off, all right? Now, this is not a guarantee, but it happens quite often on the market. When you have this gap here, you see that it shot up just from initial response from traders around the world, markets opening bell, everything's crazy. Then it settles in, and we see it retrace back down to this point that actually covers the gap here. Okay, that's what we mean by that. Now, normally, we've tested it a few times over the years. Let's say, for example, on this gold chart, we see that it opens up with a gap, and we may just want to just buy from there because we know it's going to start a rally based on our fundamentals. And you can see it did rally. We went up as high as 1615. But another way we handle this technique or this strategy, something we imply, is that once it covers the gap, once we see it hit that spot where it covers the gap and essentially is a pretty strong support line, right in this area here is a good buy signal based on covering the gap. Okay, and as you can see, if you would have bought around this area, it's right around 1560, 1555. Look, gold again spiked up to 1610, and right now we're currently trading at 1584. So from 1555 to 1584, a $30 movement on gold would be a very significant increase in any trader's account. So I just wanted to show you guys that you can use this technique, covering the gap. I want to kind of cover a bit more of what we can expect from gold in the coming weeks, especially with what's going on in the world. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at a little further out. We'll look at our day chart. As you can see, again, gold hasn't been this high in a long time. We can zoom out as far as we'd like. I mean, look, this is 2015. This is a year, 4 years ago, and hasn't even been close to this range. We can go out on our weekly chart. The last time we had any significant prices like this was back in 2013, guys. 2013. It's been 7 years since gold was this high. And right now we are at somewhat of the current price is somewhat at a resistance line, technically speaking. But if the war continues and stocks decline, a lot more traders will seek out gold as a safety blanket. It has been in the past, as you can imagine. I mean, for example, 2001, the Iraq War. You can see exactly what happened if you were following the economy back then. A lot of things happened in the early 2000s. Not only the war, we had the stock market crash. We had a lot of crazy things. But you can see the value of the dollar went down and the price of gold just soared. I mean, it went through the roof. We were at 270, 280 was the price of an ounce of gold. And then, obviously we shot up to nearly 2,000. And it looks like we could be well on our way again, guys. So this is definitely something to keep our eye on. You notice for the past 7 years, we've been in somewhat of a range market. You can kind of box out this area here, okay? And these levels for sure have been a strong resistance, but we broke through them in the middle of last year. We have somewhat of a flag pattern starting. You can see a flag pattern there, flag. Chances are we could see gold shoot up to 1650s area before we see another flag if this continuation continues. So it's something to keep our eyes on. I myself, like I said, when we do our technical analysis based on the gap that we saw, we bought around 1555, and we're sitting very nicely right now, but it's something that we're holding on to for long term because with the outbreak of a potential war, it is unfortunate, but you guys can make money from it. Okay, so just wanted to let you guys know that if you didn't already, expect bigger pushes from gold, from silver, from some of the metals. So keep an eye on that, and we will do another video on oil as well, so you guys can understand what's happening, especially with a potential new war in the Middle East. Things will get shaken up a bit. So don't worry, guys. We will cover as much as we can for you to keep you updated, let you know what our ideas are. If you have any comments, please let us know. Again, if I have to make a prediction, I'm taking a long shot here. To me, it's a clear understanding. 1600, 1615 gold area by the end of this week, beginning of next week, could be even higher. So let's keep our eyes on it, see what happens. A lot of it at this point will focus on the news and circulating news. So we'll keep an eye out for you guys and let you know. Thanks for watching.